responsiveness and knowledge. Seldom do we get that in today's world, but it truly is with SVA. Extremely pleased at our decision to go with SVA, and no remorse whatsoever in that decision. My name is Sawall. My title is I'm president of our company, Sawall Development. And brief history is we started the company about 10 years ago by pure accident. I sold a software company, and at that point didn't know what to do with the investment, so I started buying dirt, as my wife calls it. We bought a lot of dirt. And we're sitting at one of the dirt pieces that we purchased, and that was in Sussex. At first, I was just going to buy it and flip it. After having lots of cups of coffee and figuring out what a TIF was, I became a real estate developer overnight and started developing properties. And then Kevin decided to join, and then we decided to continue and develop. And we've been pretty successful doing that so far.
So one of the big problems that we encountered when we first met SVA is tax laws are always changing. And because of that, TIF laws were changing. So we were kind of at an impasse, and we needed people with a lot of knowledge who'd be able to help us navigate those.
So that's where SVA was able to help us tremendously, in that they were able to guide us through the process. What's the best way to structure the TIF for short-term, medium-term, and long-term? I'm no different than my father. That's all he worried about is what's the succession for his children, and I worry the same thing. And that's why I think we've been having a lot of success working with SVA in them guiding us as to the right strategy. And this included also accelerated depreciation, whether we should do it up front or not do it up front. And again, this would impact our taxation this year, next year, the following years, and they were able to do a quick analysis for us.
SVA has been really crucial in helping us set up our corporate entities, and then also understanding how those corporate entities fit into developer agreements and are then affected by the tax laws. There's a lot of new grant opportunities that we see in construction, and SVA is able to help us navigate those. They turned us on to the 45L tax credits, which are a green savings tax credit, and it's always really good to know that if there are any grants out there, SVA is going to help us take advantage of that.
The measurable results, really what helped us with is to determine the depreciation schedules, how we address those. Sometimes we want to, again, push depreciation forward, and sometimes we don't. It's not, as I said, not eliminating taxes, but figuring out what is the best utilization of when to pay taxes at what tax bracket. For me, the estate planning was extremely beneficial because it allowed us to structure everything in the trust, and as to how we structured that trust, control of that trust, that's really a measurable result for me to determine for estate planning purposes down the road, as I said, for our children and our grandchildren. We really liked the people at SVA. Extremely responsive, extremely knowledgeable. Really, that's the key. I value responsiveness, and I get that from SVA, surprisingly. You don't get that all the time. And it's a knowledgeable response. That's what I like. It doesn't take me 5 phone calls and thousands of dollars of research to get me a response. Basically, I get a response that's the right response within 20 to 30 minutes.
SVA has a lot of different people, and all of the different people specialize in different things, and they're all experts in their field. And if there are any problems that come up, SVA will be able to point you to the right person to solve that problem.